Alright, our focus for learning for today is I can determine if two triangles are similar. I can write valid similarity statements. So, we have been talking about similar triangles for a few weeks now, and today's assignment is going to be graded based on correctness. So, if there are 10 questions and you get 2 out of the 10 questions correct, your grade in Progress Book is going to be a 2 out of 10. We've been talking about similar triangles for a few weeks. I'm going to help you set up the problems and talk you through them, and then it's going to be up to you to finish the problems and answer them correctly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do an activity called Are We Similar? So the directions are determine whether the triangles are similar. If they are similar, state how. So you have to use one of our 3 triangle similarity reasons, either angle-angle similarity, side-side-side similarity, or side-angle-side similarity. Remember, we went over all 3 of those in our graphic organizer. And then write a similarity statement. So first, let's look at number 1. So we have 2 triangles here, and we need to figure out if they are similar. So I've already matched up corresponding sides for you. So side EF corresponds with side RT, and side GF corresponds with side TS. So we need to figure out if corresponding sides are proportional. So here we have EF over RT, that's equal to 3 over 9. So the biggest number that divides evenly into 3 and 9 is 3. So let's simplify our fraction here. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So this simplifies to 1/3. Now we have 5 over 15. Again, we need to simplify that. The biggest number that divides evenly into 5 and 15 is 5. So we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator here by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So now we see that corresponding sides are proportional. So we need to figure out if the 2 triangles are similar and why. So if we go back up and we look, we have a proportional side. Then we have a congruent angle, and then we have a proportional side. So here it's side, angle, side. So we know that these 2 triangles are similar by side, angle, side, which means now you need to write a similarity statement. Remember, in your similarity statement, corresponding sides and congruent angles need to match up. So the order of the letters is important. All right, let's look at number 2. In this one, we aren't given any angle measures, but we are given the measures of all the sides. So we need to figure out if these 2 triangles are similar, which means we need to figure out if all pairs of corresponding sides, which I've already matched up for you, are proportional. So you need to simplify your fractions. 22 over 16, you want to find the biggest number that divides evenly into 22 and 16, which would be 2. So if you divide that, you get 11 over 8. Now let's check out the blue sides, VU and LM. We have 35 over 25. So the biggest number that divides evenly into 35 and 25 is 5. So 35 divided by 5 is 7, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. Alright, then for our last pair of corresponding sides, we have WU and LV. So 28 over 20. I'm comparing this triangle to this one. So the biggest number that divides evenly into 28 and 20 is going to be 4. So 28 divided by 4 is 7, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. So now we have simplified all of our fractions and found the ratios of corresponding sides, and I need you to tell me whether or not these 2 triangles are similar based on these simplified fractions that we found. Hopefully you said that the triangles were not similar because all of the corresponding sides are not proportional. In order for triangles to be similar, all 3 pairs of corresponding sides need to be proportional. So these are not similar. When the triangles are not similar, we cannot write a similarity statement. So we're done with number 2. All right, this next problem. Here, we are not given any sides. We're just given an angles, and we have to figure out if the triangles are similar. So you can see I've already marked here for you. If we know that this angle, angle ABE, is 42 degrees, then we also know that angle DBC is going to be 42 degrees. But why? Why is this angle 42 degrees? That's what I need you to answer now. What is the relationship between these two angles that tells us they are congruent? Hopefully you remember that these two angles are vertical angles. You could have looked back in any examples that we did in class. We have a few that are exactly like this. These two angles here are vertical angles, which means that they are congruent. So now we have 42 degrees, 42 degrees. We need to solve for these missing angles so we can see if these two triangles are similar. So I'm going to call this angle X and I'm going to call this one Y. Remember that all three angles in a triangle add up to 180. So to figure out what X is, you're going to have to do 53 plus 42 plus X equals 180. And then you're going to have to solve for this angle. So let's go through and do it. 53 plus 42 is 95. So we get that 95 plus X equals 180. And then you're going to subtract 95 from both sides to figure out what X is. So I need you to go ahead and do that. I need you to do on your phone calculator or on Desmos 180 minus 95. And when you do that, you get that X is equal to 85. And then I'm going to write that in here. And now we have 53, 42, 85. Over here, if we have a 42 and an 85, we know that Y up here has to be equal to 53 because all three angles in a triangle have to add up to 180. So now we know that these two triangles are similar, and what is the reason? I'm telling you that they are similar, but why? How do we know that? Well, we know that by angle-angle similarity. If you have two pairs of corresponding angles that are congruent, then your triangles are similar. So now that you know these two triangles are in fact similar, you need to write a similarity statement that correctly compares them. Remember, in your similarity statement, I'm going to go back here for a second, corresponding sides need to match up and congruent angles need to match up. So the order of the letters matters. All right, to the next problem. Here, again, we are not giving any side lengths, but we are given angle measures. So we have triangle XYZ and we have triangle GHJ. We need to figure out if they're similar. So to do that, we need to solve for the missing angles in them. Here, in this first triangle, we have a 61-degree angle and a 90-degree angle. And this missing angle, we're going to call that X. So all three angles in a triangle add up to 180. So you can say 61 plus 90, because remember, the box means 90 degrees, plus X equals 180. And then we're going to solve for that missing angle. So 61 plus 90, that's 151, plus X equals 180. To get X by itself, you're going to subtract 151 from both sides. So I need you to do that now and then answer the question telling me what X is. Hopefully you got that X is 29 degrees. So now we know X is 29 degrees. In order for the triangles to be similar, in order for the triangles to be similar, remember you need to have two pairs of congruent angles. So let's look at this. To solve for Y, we have 34 plus 90 plus Y equals 180. Then you're going to go through, do the math, solve the basic equation. So 34 plus 90 is 124. So we have 124 plus Y equals 180. To get Y by itself, you're going to subtract 124 from both sides. And when you do that, you get that Y is equal to 56. So now you need to decide. I'm going to write in these measures here. So this is 29 degrees. And over here, Y is 56 degrees. So are these two triangles similar? The correct answer there is no, they are not similar because you don't have two pairs of congruent angles.